What does Pakistan, Romania, Ukraine, the Biden family, and America's State Department have to do with one another? A lot, actually. And does it matter to you and to me? Yes, it does. Here's the backstory. An outsider candidate on the verge of winning, an election stolen, cries of Russia interference, a crackdown on populism in the name of democracy. Sound familiar? This plotline emerged over the weekend in Romania's presidential election. However, when the populist, media-labeled far-right and Russia-neutral candidate won the first-round vote, the results got annulled. They could not let him win. Romania's constitutional court threw away votes in the name of democracy, saying that it was the Russians that tipped the scale in the election. So they handed the win over to Călin Georgescu while promoting Georgescu on social media. Mike Benz joins us now. He's the executive director of the Foundation for Freedom Online. He's been on the story for some time now. Mike, welcome.
Thanks so much for having me. Yeah, it's quite a story here.
Always a pleasure to have you on. No. Tell us why Americans should care about this story.
It's funny. It's a rerun of some of the things we talked about with Ryan Routh, the second Trump assassin attempt individual who just today filed for a motion to indefinitely delay his trial, which prosecutors have also asked the judge to indefinitely delay his trial until December 2025. So it'll be almost a year and a half after the shooting. Ryan Routh, if folks recall, was recruiting terrorist fighters from Pakistan and was being interviewed actually by I believe it was Voice of America in Romania. While he was trying to run munitions and essentially almost human smuggling networks, but basically Afghan and Pakistani terrorist groups into Ukraine to help the U.S. military's war effort against Russia. And at that time, I talked quite a bit about the strange geopolitics of Romania and how pivotal it was to the NATO war effort against Russia, because Romania is the primary weapons transshipment point for all CIA and UK Ministry of Defense arms that are warehoused in Central Asia, in Pakistan. Pakistan was the major CIA launching point for operations in Afghanistan to arm the Mujahideen. Of course, the Mujahideen grew into Al-Qaeda and then ISIS, which serendipitously just this week as well toppled the government of the foreign policy establishment's longtime boogeyman, Bashar al-Assad. So the same funding and military munitions supply networks for ISIS come in large part, obviously, from Turkey, from the Turkish allies, but from Pakistan, from the U.S. side. And Pakistan has this transshipment point to Romania where arms get smuggled into Ukraine. So if someone were to rise to political power in Romania who is deemed to be pro-Russia or neutral on the Ukraine-Russia war and shut down the supply lines of arms from Romania into Ukraine because they want to be neutral with Russia, that would absolutely devastate NATO's ability to conduct its military war against Russia. In fact, just earlier this year, the United Kingdom established an air bridge between Pakistan and Romania to do exactly that. Of course, there's the sea route with on the U.S. side. But this is now, this is deemed to be mission critical to NATO. But what's so interesting about this is, I was just on the Joe Rogan show last week, and I talked about this program called CEPS, which is this Consortium for Elections and Political Process Strengthening, which is a joint program by the U.S. State Department, USAID, and the National Endowment for Democracy, where their strategy is to work with what they call electoral management bodies, election management bodies, EMBs, around the world. And they're targeting 140 countries for this.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.